Hi, I'm Jen. This is Brian. This is John. And we're going to show you today is the outside triangle footwork for the classical or the traditional Wing Chun method. Okay? So Brian's going to show you first just the step. All right? So first we have, again, this triangle. Okay? Two triangles facing each other. Okay? And I use the painter's tape because I don't want to ruin the floor. So this, you can do that. Okay? Now, the outside or the base of the triangle, okay? Yeah, Brian's feet are at the base, okay? This is your starting position, all right? All right? Now, the first thing he wants to do, okay, he's going to pick a side and he's going to go to what's called a V step, okay? So he steps, goes to a V, okay? So his feet basically follow almost the same angle as the triangle, okay? That's the first step, okay? This is also in your muk chunk form, okay? So this is to avoid any center line attack, and it's also good for kicking, okay? So we add a lot of our kicks from this position, all right? This is a kicking position. But from here, once you get to here, you're outside the triangle, and then you bring your outside foot and you slide it up to the top of the triangle, okay? All right, so making sure that you face your opponent, okay? Got it? So go back, okay? So he's going to do the same step, step out, get to the V, right? That's the first position, right? Then the next position, he steps with the outside foot and he follows that angle of the triangle and he gets to the top of the triangle, okay? You notice that he's also in a knee inward stance, okay? All right? Not the toe out stance. It's just no good, right? You're going to get hurt this way. So bring your knees in, okay? All right? Okay, and you want to be able to practice both sides, okay, left and right, so that you feel very comfortable. Excuse me. You feel very comfortable, right? So you step, you come to the V, then you step out, okay? You practice. You step to the V, you step out, right? So you're constantly practicing like this, right? Until the step becomes very comfortable for you, okay? Now, John and Brian are going to show you how the movement works. And this is once you get comfortable with the footwork pattern, then Brian's going to add the triangle with his hands, and John's going to step in with an inside triangle. And the only difference between inside and outside triangle is that the inside triangle, the foot draws along the inside of the triangle. Say like this. See? Right? Or this way. Right? So the foot that starts the movement across the base, it finishes the movement. So I draw inside the triangle. Okay? The other way is the outside triangle. See, I go along the outside of the triangle and I switch my feet. That's why this is called outside triangle versus the other step, which is the inside triangle. Okay. So this is also good training for your partner. Okay, John's going to do inside triangle, step and punch. And when you step and punch, you want to practice everything right, and you want to try to drill your partner in the chest or in the nose, right? Don't hit him. Okay? Don't hit each other. Control, okay? So your hands are up, your hands are up, okay? He's going to step and punch, and step in, and there you go, okay? See? You notice that right now, Brian's shoulder line faces John's center line. Okay? You notice that if he was holding a ball, it's in John's space. It's not in Brian's space. He's got it out, away from his body. Okay? That's good. All right, go back. All right? So, one more time, same side, same punch. Go. That's it, good. Elbows in, shoulder line's correct, everything's good. All right, go back. So these are things that you want to work, okay? You also want to practice facing the outside of your opponent or facing the inside of your opponent with this footwork. So John's going to step and punch with the same hand, okay? But this time Brian's going to go outside triangle to the other side, okay? So go ahead, punch. And he steps in. So now Brian's facing John's center line, okay, which is good. He's got that hand under control and he's ready to fire, okay, right? Because right here, the weak spot in John's stance is this point over here. Okay? So if Brian pushes to that side, right? See, John has a hard time holding his balance. Okay, that's the weak spot in the stance. Okay, all right. If he's going the other way, stand this way. Okay, if I go this way, okay, I attack that opposite shoulder line and his center line. See, so what I'm doing is I'm attacking towards the other point of the triangle, see that, which forces him to lose his balance. Okay, so those are the 2 points that we're attacking when we go in, okay? All right? So when you practice a stance, you want to go practice both ways, okay? So one more time, punch with the same hand. You're going to go outside and go in, okay? Now the other side. John's going to punch with the same hand, but Brian's going to go the other way so that he faces him. That's it. Good. Okay? And back. Okay? So you want to practice both hands. John wants to practice punching with the right, punching with the left. And Brian wants to practice defending each side of the punch by either going to the outside of John or going to the inside of John, right, and facing him. Okay? So you want to practice all 4 different variations. Okay? So when you do this footwork, make sure you practice all the different possibilities of that step, okay? Then later you can add anything you want. But the point is to attack his stance, okay? So if you're in a fighting stance, and his hands are up, right? Okay? And he steps in to punch, okay? I don't know what side he's going to punch, okay? All right? So I'm just going to move. As soon as I see his shoulders moving, he comes in, right? It doesn't matter, right? He goes in to punch, see? I step. I go to B step, okay? Right here. Okay? Right away, I can already kick, okay? Either foot, right? Or and I can go in, right? I can go in. That's the outside step, okay? So that's it, okay? So this is for street situation. The reason why we practice in a neutral stance, because I hear this question a lot. Who stands like this in a fight? The answer is, out in the street, everyone fights like this. Because in a fight, when you're being confronted or someone's trying to really hurt you, okay, you can't go like this. If we're here and we go like this, and I go like this, right? You want to fight your answer? All right, come on, right? He's preparing already. He already knows, okay, all right, his hands are coming up now, right? Okay, he knows something's coming, right? This is a non-aggressive stance, right? Even if I go a little bit forward, this is a non-aggressive stance, right? I'm talking with my hands. This is the neutral stance, right? This is the stance, right? We're arguing. You know, hey, he pushes me. Right. I say, whoa. He comes in and attack. Right? I do the outside triangle step. Right? So your opponent doesn't expect for you to go out and attack right away. Because in the street, you don't want him to know what you're going to do. You can't tell him what you're going to do or get him to prepare. Okay? You have to go in right away. Because it's your life. It's your life in danger, or someone around you in danger, and you have to use every trick in the bag to help get out of that situation. Okay? So that's why we practice in this neutral stance. In the ring, for competition, of course, you don't stand like this. Okay? You don't stand like this. It's a fair game in the ring. So of course you have to get into a stance now, right? Okay? And you have to play that distance game now. You have to learn that. Right? So understand the difference between the two, and the training method that you have to practice when you're focusing on one or the other. Okay? So that's it. We wanted to show you guys outside triangle footwork, the classical version for the Wing Chun, and that's it. Oh, the website, I met with the developers yesterday, and it's really coming along, and I can't wait to see it when it's finally done. It's still going to take a while, but they really, I think, are on it. So, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a link. Okay, I've been getting people who wanted to donate to help pay for the site and help me pay for the costs and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. So there's a link on to the left that you can click on. I think it's the China Boxer blog site. So just click on that and you can make a donation. I know times are really rough. We're dirt poor, right?
Me too.
So we understand, right? But any little donation, if the tutorials has helped you, will help pay for well, yeah, time's out, right? Give me a quarter. So anything that helps to, if it's helped you, the tutorial, and you really gain something out of it, and you feel like you want to contribute, go ahead and click on that link, and I appreciate it. Okay? So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.